Hello and welcome. This video will be about 9 simple tips for new players in City of Heroes Homecoming. On the bottom right of your chat window, there is a chat bubble-like icon. Click on it and go to the bottom where it says Set Notoriety. Here you can adjust your mission difficulty from being 1 level below your current level to being 4 levels higher than your actual level. You can also change the size of your team. As an example, if you were soloing, you can set the mission as if it were in a full team of 8 people, giving you the max amount of mobs. Or if you wanted to set it as 4 people, it'd be giving you half amount of the max amount of mobs you could have for that mission. It just generally depends on how much of a challenge you want to set yourself. Another option is to set if you want to have boss rank mobs when soloing. If no is selected, then lieutenants will be the highest rank mob you face. The fourth option is whether you want to face arch villains. When you are soloing or in a team of 3 or less people, this option will apply. After you've got 4 or above people in your team, arch villains are set automatically and this option does nothing. For heroes and vigilantes, you will face arch villains, and for rogues and villains, you will face heroes. These are the maximum rank for enemies you can face in the game. A task force is a chain of missions that once active lock your current team, meaning you cannot replace anyone if they leave until you have completed the task force. Task forces are for the heroes and vigilante side, or a strike force, which is the villain or rogue side. These consist of several missions chained together with normally an arch villain or hero to face at the end. If you are planning on joining one, please ensure you have enough time to see it through, as some of them can take up to 2 to 3 hours depending on your team. To activate auto powers, hold the left control key and then left click on a power. Most powers will work, and it should set it to auto use the power whenever it's off cooldown. This is indicated by a green circle around the power. You could set an AoE heal to always go off every time it's off cooldown, or if you've got something like a Perma Haste build, it will activate Haste every time it's off cooldown. If you can achieve around 110 global recharge rate, you will be able to permanently keep Haste active, often referred to as Perma Haste. If you are playing a Dominator, you will need around 93% Haste to achieve permanent domination, again referred to as Permadom. Although I would just go with a Perma Haste build, as it will give you a bit more leeway on the activation time of your domination, as you can only have 1 auto power active. I would recommend having Haste on auto and press Domination manually, or you could macro an ability with Domination, say a ranged ability or a hold, so when you press that ability it will also activate Domination if it's available, so that way you don't miss and drop Domination buff. For more info on how to do these macros, I will link a guide by Sovera in the description below. The Vanguard base is located in the Richty War Zone. Rather than travelling from Brickstown through Craze Folly to finally get to the Richty War Zone, you can either use a supergroup base teleporter or you can access it through a Vanguard transfer point. There are 6 different transfer points to access the Vanguard base. They are located in Atlas Park, Founders Falls and Peregrine Island for Paragon City. For Rogue Isles, they are located at Cap a Diable, Granville and St. Martial. Sorry if I mispronounced anything there. Visit a detective in Paragon City to acquire a police radio as a hero or vigilante. To find them, simply click on your nav, then click on Contact, and then click on the 3rd tab at the top, Detective. And finally, just click on the detective in the zone that you want to visit and follow the marker. In Rogue Isles, it's the same process, but instead of a radio scanner, you get a newspaper, and instead of a detective, they are called brokers, but function in the same way. Radio missions or paper missions are repeatable missions that you can keep doing. An Ouroboros Portal grants access to Ouroboros, which is a small zone with several functions, and a handy form of fast travel to a select few zones. If you ever see a portal that looks like this, or in Atlas Park, you can just ask someone to drop an Ouroboros Portal down near Miss Liberty and click on it. Once inside, fly, jump or run up the pole thingy to the top, and you will unlock a badge and receive the power to create your own Ouroboros Portal. You can access old missions or replay missions you have completed via these crystals. These are found in Ouroboros, random people's SG bases, or you can throw one down in your own. You can access player-made missions or create your own via the architect editor, which can be accessed in many zones. Look for the AE icon, or there is also one in Pocket D. I will link a great guide created by Prime Elway in the description of this video if you want to dip your toes in creating your own missions. It is common for players to make optimized maps for certain builds to farm and maximize XP from these missions, though I would highly recommend staying away from this kind of content until you've really experienced a lot of what the game has to offer already. Finally, in my last video, a beginner's guide, I made the mistake of saying there was only 14 archetypes when there's actually 15, missing out Sentinel, Homecoming's own created archetype. So I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Twitchy McNuts 1095 for pointing that out. Cheers, dude. If you enjoyed this video and found it useful, please consider hitting that like, subscribe and bell icon. Thanks for watching, guys.